Okay, let's just jump right in with a thought experiment. What if an entire civilization could not just remember its past, but actually rewrite it? That's what we're diving into today. A world that has absolutely perfected the technology of editing its own memory.
So let me turn this around and ask you directly. What if you could rewrite your past? I'm not just talking about forgetting the bad stuff. I mean actively changing the story. Think about it. What moments would you go back and edit?
Right, so this is the world we're stepping into. A place where history, it isn't just written down, it's perfected. I mean, can you imagine a society built not on the messy, complicated truth of what actually happened, but on this flawless, idealized version of what should have been? I gotta say, the appeal it's almost impossible to resist.
And this civilization? It has a name. It's called the Palimpsest. And really, at its core, it's a society that is just built on the comfort of revision. The whole culture is designed to do one thing: smooth away all the sharp, painful edges of memory. And why? Well, it's because its people have just completely lost the ability to live with their own scars.
So, you might be wondering, how does this even work? Well, it's not some abstract idea. It's a full-blown commercial service. They literally trade in what they call perfected narratives. You can go out and buy trauma reframing or regret resolution. And the promise? Oh, it's so seductive. A life story that's just one triumph after another, a past completely scrubbed clean of every mistake, every ounce of pain. I mean, come on, who wouldn't be tempted by that?
Okay, bud, and this is a big bud. Here's where that beautiful promise starts to go sour. All this constant editing, it has this huge effect. Over time, the edited version, it just becomes the only reality. And that fine line between, healing from something and just making stuff up, it just dissolves, it's gone.
And this quote, wow, it just captures that turning point perfectly. The most indelible ink was not the one that recorded the truth, but the one that so perfectly erased it. Just let that sink in for a second. The biggest power in this whole society isn't about creating something new. It's about being really, really good at erasing things.
And that right there, that is the fundamental choice they've all made. They've swapped out real healing, the hard, messy work of processing trauma to actually find some wisdom in it, for simple fabrication. Instead of learning from their mistakes, they just rewrite them. Poof, gone. All to get that quick hit of comfort, even if it doesn't last.
So what's the catch? What's the real cost of this supposedly perfect world? I mean, what happens when an entire society decides, you know what, comfort is more important than truth? Well, the consequence is something they never saw coming. Something really deeply troubling. A profound hollowness right at the very center of their existence.
And that's the great paradox here, isn't it? A world with no pain, no regret, no failure. I mean, that sounds like paradise. But the actual result is this deep, gnawing emptiness. Everything that forges who we are, the struggle, the resilience, overcoming the hard stuff, all of it is just gone. It's replaced by this clean, sterile, and in the end, totally meaningless story.
And this whole thing, it really forces us to ask a massive question about our own identity. Like, can you actually be a whole person if your entire foundation, your past, is a lie? Is it even possible to build a stable sense of who you are on a foundation of comforting, sure, but completely fake memories?
Which, leads us to what might be the most important question of all. What do we actually lose when we erase our scars? What does it really mean to be beautifully, and yeah, sometimes painfully, human?
No, really, let's think about this for a second. We learn, we grow, we get wisdom from our struggles and our failures. So, what's the value of a lesson you never actually learned the hard way? If that wisdom is just, downloaded into your memory, is it even wisdom, or is it just data?
And then what about our relationships with other people? How can you ever truly know someone if all you ever see is their perfected, edited highlight reel? Is real love even possible without seeing their unedited soul? The flaws, the mistakes, all the scars that make them, well, them.
And this all brings us to the final, biggest question. What's even left of humanity itself when it's not defined by that rich, messy, beautiful tapestry of lived experience anymore, but instead by the sleek, artificial perfection of its edits? I mean, what are we really if we're not the sum of our true, authentic memories?
And that is the vision of the palimpsest.
It's a world that's so tempting, but at the same time, just deeply tragic. It's a world that, in its unstoppable search for perfection, has completely forgotten what it means to be beautifully, painfully human. It's something for all of us to think about, isn't it?